Hello, folks. Thank you for listening to Mountain Mule Media, Connecting Montana. I'm your host, Tim Baldwin. This podcast is a production of Mountain Mule Transportation. It was created to help locals and travelers connect more deeply with the businesses and people who make Montana such an incredible place to live and visit. In each episode, I sit down with Montana business owners and community leaders to hear the story behind their work, how they got started, what they've built, and how they help create a better experience for both residents and visitors. If you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe on your favorite platform. And if you use any of the services or businesses you hear about here, let them know you heard about them from Mountain Mule. And when you need private transportation with Montana's hospitality, please think of Mountain Mule Transportation. Thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoy the show as we keep connecting Montana. Rayner Smith, Bodhi Farms, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
What can you tell me about Bodhi Farms?
Bodhi Farms is a 35-acre permaculture boutique eco-resort outside of Bozeman.
Okay. That was a mouthful. Like when you say that, what do you mean?
We break it down into 5 things, and I've kind of come up with an acronym as I describe it, what it is we do. The acronym is FRESH. So we have our farm and gardens, we have our restaurant, we have events, we have our spa, and we have our hospitality component. So we do a wide variety of things, but at the end of the day, it's a boutique eco resort surrounded by gardens and focused on farm to table food. Focused on our outdoor spa, focuses on connecting wellness with nature.
Yep.
Our 3 offerings at our spa are massages, creekside massages. We have our yoga, and then we have a wood-fired sauna. They're all in the woods right along Cottonwood Creek. So people that are coming through town that want to catch a yoga class or get a massage, kind of find a wellness connection with nature like that. We're a popular destination for those kind of experiences.
Very cool. What do you guys have for lodging?
So currently we have 9 glamping teepees. They are right along the creek. It's one of the best night's sleep. We have tuft and needle foam mattresses, local breakfast delivered to your room. It's a pretty cool overnight experience. Some people come for one night, some people stay for a week and just don't even leave. From events, we go all over the place. We have community events that are ticketed.
Yep.
We have some movie nights this summer. We have our farm to table food festival that's always a big hit. This will be our 3rd annual one. And different kind of culinary experiences, dining experiences. If you go to our website, you can see what kind of community events we have for folks looking for a place to celebrate with their people. Yep. We do a lot of private events, whether it's a birthday party or a wedding or a corporate retreat or whatever it is. And the restaurant is kind of the epicenter of the whole property, along with the gardens. The ability not just to see where your food's grown while you're eating, and not just to see the food being cooked over fire before you eat it, but it's right next to the creek. It's just about as pretty of a setting as it can be. So our summer dinners are just wildly popular. Our winter dinners, we hunker down into a heated teepee.
Yep.
And those are equally as popular. It's just a much smaller footprint. And but the food's amazing. We focus on open fire cooking, wild game, farm to table, and there's just about anything you'd want to do we offer out there.
What's the hours for summer, winter time? What days and how much are you guys open?
Yeah. So June through September, 7 days a week. During the shoulder seasons, the fall and the spring, it's about 5 days a week. Closed Mondays and Tuesdays right now.
Yep.
And during the winter, during the heart of winter, it's usually a Thursday, Friday, Saturday dinner service with the massages and the wood-fired sauna open on the same days. So it's definitely seasonal,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
something year-round though still.
And where do you guys source a lot of? You guys grow a lot there on the farm, and you source a lot of the meats. Are they from pretty local around here?
Yeah, so from a produce standpoint, we have an acre and a half under garden
Yep.
in our production beds, and just all the different vegetables we grow, from lettuce to our pumpkin patch to squash and zucchini and carrots and onions and potatoes and everything else in between. And for our proteins, we kind of split that into two different categories. When it comes to like chicken and beef,
Yep.
we work with hyperlocal sourcing.
Uh-huh.
And but part of our food mantra, we kind of handcuff ourselves, and we say that anything that we cook technically could have been done here 100 years ago.
Yep.
So a lot of pheasant, trout, bison, elk, venison. We really like focus on that indigenous aspect. So 100 years ago it would have been real easy to go out and shoot a deer and have a garden, and that's likely what people were cooking. As far as like what kind of culinary ties our cooking style has, it kind of spreads out. But if you think about it, back in Montana, even before it was in the United States, it was French territory. So there were the trappers, the French trappers out here, doing what they did, and you got to think that they were probably bringing some of their French style techniques,
for sure.
and
Yep.
so it went from the indigenous, cooking styles, which we try to give homage to them, and having different, indigenous plants and kamas and stuff like that on our plates. But then we also give a nod to the folks that were bringing out different parts of the world, to here as it became, more populated as a state. And so we look a lot to history.
Mm-hmm.
And we handcuff ourselves, you don't really find oysters or salmon or
Yeah,
stuff like that out there. But I'd operate under the theory that when you restrict yourself, that's really where creativity comes from.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you can just cook anything in the world, and tonight's going to be Chinese night or whatever it is, like all those delicious foods are great. But when it comes down to what we do, we have to say no to ourselves a lot, because we have to remind ourselves that we're focused on a food mantra there that we adhere to, and the end result is always something better.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So you said there's different, like you could come there and do a yoga class, or someone can host their own retreat there. Are all these events listed? They're on your website or your social? Is that where where do people find out about these if they want to just come to a yoga class for the day, or stay with family for a couple of days in some of your glamping tents?
Absolutely. You can book everything on our website. From the spa side, you can make appointments for massages, sauna, and yoga. You can make dinner reservations. You can make reservations to stay with us overnight. We have, as far as our experiences, those are like the movie nights and the ticketed dinners and stuff like that. Those are all on our website. And so there's a lot going on there, but taking a little time and digging in, and there's a lot available. And on top of that, it's just a really beautiful spot. It's only about 15 minutes from downtown, and you feel like you're still out in the wild and connected with nature, but you're still just a stone's throw from town. So
What's the sauna look like? I'm a big sauna fan.
Sauna, right? If we're gonna give homage to the Nordic folk. It's wood fired. It holds 6 to 8 people max. You kind of gotta make sure they're your friends. It's a little cozy, when it gets up to that number. But we focus on private sessions. Yep. So we get, couples, 2, 3, 4 friends come out and do their hot cold cycles. It's right along the creek there. So jumping in the creek for your cold cycle, getting that wild water for your cold cycle is, it's cold.
Yeah. Right now, yeah. Really cold.
Yeah, the creek's flowing. It's, it makes it a little more of an authentic experience,
For sure.
But yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you know where the name Bodhi Farms come from?
Great question. So while I'm not a practicing Buddhist, I do have a lot of respect for that, ethos to life, I guess. And the Bodhi tree is enlightenment.
Okay.
Right. So the path to the Bodhi tree is the path to enlightenment.
Okay.
And Bodhi is that path. In everything we do, we like to joke, we like to trick people into learning a little something every time they come out.
Very cool.
Know, whether they're learning something in the gardens or something about our zero food waste system or composting or whatever. They didn't come out for that. They came out for a amazing meal or a wonderful night's stay, but hopefully they leave with something that, they didn't expect to take away with them. And that's education. And education, one could argue, is the path to enlightenment.
Sure, yeah.
And so that's kind of how we tied all that in. We also have a kids camp. We focus a lot. We have a naturalist classes and tea making classes. You can go and harvest stuff from the woods and make your own tea. And so there's different experiences like that. I didn't talk a whole lot about, but they're all rooted in education.
Cool.
And yeah, that's where Bodhi ties into all that.
And you and your wife manage. What would you say is your favorite part about being a manager there, being in charge of stuff at Bodhi Farms?
Yeah, it's really just a simple combination of two things after we defined what it is we were offering, which are really just passions of my wife and mine. She's a yoga instructor.
Okay.
The yoga and wellness she's deeply rooted in all that. Mm-hmm. I love cooking over fire. We're both gardeners. We love to entertain, i.e. the events. So everything we do out there is tied in with one of our passions. So that makes that part easy.
Yep.
There's nothing that we don't do that we don't, love doing. And, but really it's a combination of two things for me. One is sharing a beautiful place with people, beautifying that, being a steward of that property for the short little time that we're here.
Yeah.
Like, the joy of improving that property and, planting, food forests, permaculture food forests that are going to be there long from now. Like the practice of creating that space and sharing it with people is almost addictive. And then the second part is what I just said, is sharing it with people.
Yeah.
Seeing the people come through, whether they're locals we've gotten to know that come out to dinner all the time, or they're just people, travelers passing through. Being in the hospitality business kind of plugs you into that world of travelers, people that are moving around and yeah, just being able to meet people and hear their stories and talk to them and see how Bodhi has affected them. A lot of people just seems like it awakens a little something,
Sure, yeah.
Maybe they've never been camping before and they come out and do it in this highly comfortable way, and maybe opens up their mind to, hey, maybe I can go camping, and so yeah, so the combination of having a beautiful place and helping shape that and then sharing it with people is I don't think there's anything else I'd rather do.
Yeah, very cool. Is there anything, any big challenges you run into or anything that's unexpected?
Oh man, I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Being in an outdoor business, I'd say Mother Nature is probably a lot of somewhere in that answer. A lot, dealing with what she throws at us. But sure, I mean, from having to continuously innovate new ideas and implement them, and it takes a large staff to do what we do. And so, building that team and growing that team and nurturing them and letting them showcase their passions that, that they have. It's, there's never a shortage of challenges.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be lying if I said it was easy, but again, I still wouldn't rather do anything else.
Anything anyone can do to help? Are you guys hiring? Are you looking for anything in the community that can support Bodhi Farms?
I'd say the best way is just to come out and enjoy an experience. Whether you're coming out to eat, or coming out and volunteering in the gardens, or coming and joining any of the community events. You're supporting us, you're supporting local food and the vendors that we support, and just coming out and checking out the property. That's the best way to support what we're doing.
Very cool. And your website, and you guys are on social and everything too?
We are. Instagram and Facebook mainly. I believe I'm not the social media manager. My wife is the professional at all that. But yeah, we keep all of our activities and all of our community events posted on there, as well as our website. And we have a newsletter you can sign up for as well that keeps you in the loop because there's a lot going on.
Cool. Is it bodhifarms.com?
Yeah, Bodhi-Farms, plural.com.
Okay, yep, cool. Yeah, I'll put that in the description and your social and everything, and hopefully some people will hear this and come check it out.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Yep, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.